Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Global Renaissance Podcast, where we have thoughtful conversations on society and self. As always, I am your host, Trev Woods. I am joined today by a very special guest, one of the voices in the Boston R&B scene, Miss Tamera King. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's been a busy day, but I'm blessed. I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you coming through. Like I said, vocalist, very talented. For those who might not know you, can you introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Tamera King. I sing and I songwrite. Started making music when I was 15. I do R&B music. Love doing that. But an insider, I actually started rapping when I was 10.
Oh, so you got
Yeah.
bars?
Just a little bit, but
Are,
don't ask
are
me to
we
rap.
are we gonna get a preview or what?
No.
We not finna get a little.
No, it's hard. I could write right now, but like getting in the booth and spitting for real, it's gonna take me some time. I'm more of a vocalist, like an
Fair
Ella
enough.
May, Summer Walker.
Shout out to Ella May.
Ooh.
Shout out to Jason Tatum.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. But yeah, I also have my own podcast called This Girl to That Girl, where I just like empower women, and just sharing my journey on just how I've grown into the woman that I am as well. So yeah,
Amazing. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. So let's dive into your relationship with music. I love music. Everybody know that. I haven't interviewed an artist in a while.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Then.
it's been a while.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. Talk about your upbringing with music. Did you like grow up in church? Was that your vibe?
Yep, I grew
Yeah.
up in church. I sang in the
Typical
choir.
black people.
But it works.
But listen, that is the formula.
It works.
That's the formula.
But it's crazy because I was a really shy kid. So I think when I was 11 years old, I took myself out of the choir.
Oh, wow.
Because I was too shy, but also at the same time, I low-key had ego because I knew I could sing, and they wouldn't really give me a solo. So I'm just like, I could sing, and I want to be in the front, but they wouldn't really allow me to have it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave.
So I don't need this.
Which I probably shouldn't have done, but I was like 11, so what did I know? But yeah, I grew up in the church. My family isn't really musically inclined. I have an older brother. He can sing. He's also a pastor. And then my older sister, she could sing as well. But I'm like the singer of the family that took it more seriously. But yeah, just even like my friends that I have now, they're all artists, they're all creative. So just being able to feed off of that energy. But growing up, it wasn't really in the house for real. It's just something that like I naturally.
So how you get vocal talent if it's not like, is that hereditary? I've never understood how that works because nobody in my family can sing and I can't either. So I kind of assumed it was hereditary, but
yeah,
maybe you just have some recessive genes that pop
well, no,
up.
my brother knows how to sing though. But like when it comes to my mom and dad, they can't.
This is what I'm saying. Where the hell them genes come from?
Ooh.
They must have been
That's
recessive
a
and skipped a
question.
generation or something.
No, it had to because my mom can't sing. She thinks she can, but no offense, you can. My dad, he thinks he can, but he can't. I don't know. I say God.
Period.
I say God.
Period.
'Cause it ain't my parents.
Nah, that's real.
Ain't them.
So at what point did you discover like, oh, hold on, I got vocals. Stop playing with me.
And like wanted to take it seriously, or was
This is first time. Hold on. I got a little.
when I was
song.
in the church choir.
So you got in the choir first, and then
Yes.
they was like, oh, you actually good, because they put everybody.
Yes,
in choir.
it started in the
I was in
choir.
the church choir. I
No,
said,
they
let me
do.
get on the drums. I want to do this.
No, they do put everyone in the choir. But no, when I was in the church choir, because even outside of church, like I said, I was shy. So like my friends would be like, Tamera, sing. And I'd be like, no, I wouldn't sing. So like being in choir rehearsals, they force you to sing.
Gotcha.
But then because I was shy, I took myself out. So I would say church like took it out of me for sure.
Gotcha. And then at what point did you decide like, oh, okay,
Take it seriously?
Yeah.
Woo! I would say in high school, like the ending of my high school career, when it's like, okay, what are you gonna do after? What are you gonna major in college? And I was like, you know what? Like, I want to be an artist, but also I love music business. So I ended up going to New York University, majored in music business.
Come on, NYU.
You know what I'm saying?
I have never heard somebody say New York University.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, people say NYU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I just okay.
We do know what that is.
Yeah, okay. But majored in music business. I love that, but I also love being an artist. So I would say once I graduated high school, I was like, okay, yeah, I actually want to do this.
What was it like being in New York? Do you feel like that was a beneficial place to be for your artistry? Also, what year did you graduate?
2022.
Okay, he was right behind me.
Yeah. How was it in New York as a creative? To be honest, in the beginning, it was hard because I was really focused on academics. So, like, freshman, sophomore year, then the pandemic happened. So then I actually ended up coming back home for, like, a semester and a half, then came back. So, like, my junior, senior year, that's when I kind of capitalized off of the music scene. So, like, doing shows, going to shows, just being outside, and that was a fun time. But, yeah, like, just being a junior and senior, that's kind of when I took it more seriously. But in the beginning, it was more like academics.
When was your first show? Do you remember? Like, ever? Besides, it's like church choir, but like it was like yo show you was performing.
I do. Ooh, I was young. I think I was maybe 15, 16. And I didn't know anything about music for real. So I was singing, but it was a cappella. So I had no instrumental. I think it was like a talent show. And I think I still have the video on my Facebook. But I was just singing a song. And that's when I realized, like, oh, I not only can sing and, like, it's something cute, but it's something that makes impact as well. So, yeah, I think 16, 15.
Were you like nervous?
Was I nervous? I think so. I don't even remember. But I think only because that was like my first show. And then also my parents were there too. So like they're super supportive and they come to my shows when they can. So I definitely feel like I was. But then after I'm like liberated. I'm like,
Gotcha.
okay, I finished.
Yeah.
So,
Can we talk performance for a second? Obviously there's a difference between like, you know what I'm saying, going to the studio, singing your shit, and then actually getting out on stage and performing. What goes into your approach to performance? How you choose your set, like you be dancing or whatever. I've seen you perform once, but it was like some low key stuff.
Yeah. That wasn't even it for real. Cause I be getting down.
For real?
Yes. Okay, so before every performance, I always watch a Beyonce performance.
As you should.
I do.
As you
or
should.
just like Chloe, because I also admire and look up to her. And I just
Chloe Bailey.
And I just try to study how they perform, like stage presence. And I don't dance a lot, but you don't have to dance in order to like make impact singing. And I feel like they have a certain demeanor that they bring on stage that I want to be able to bring on stage. So that's kind of like my performance ritual. Like before, I'll watch a performance, and then on stage, like I literally just tap into a whole different person. Sometimes I do have dancers, and then with that, I try to practice like a month in advance because I can't dance for real. So I need time. I need time for it to season. And it'd be hard. I'd be like, I don't know how y'all do that. So I'd be needing like a month to practice, but that's only if like I have dancers. Usually it's just myself though. And yeah, like I said, I'll just watch a video. I'll like tap into a whole nother person. I'll just be in my bag. Because I write a lot of bops too. So they're very like high energy. Because when you did see me at Grace by Nia, it was more like low key. Yeah. But a lot of my songs are like boppy and stuff. So being able to just tune into that like that girl energy, I love that.
Fair. Speaking of your songs, I went and listened to some of your songs. As a matter of fact, let me pull up your Apple Music profile right now.
Okay. All right.
Tamera King.
Which one did you listen to?
I listened to basically every single since 21.
Oh my gosh.
And then I listened to your Traumatized Lover project.
Oh my gosh.
So let's get into the recording process.
Okay.
Let's get into the recording process. Like, what goes into making an original song?
For me, I write all my music.
No ghostwriters?
No.
You heard that, Drake? Nah, I'm lying.
No, not the shade. No, like since 15, I wrote everything just because it was a form of therapy for me. And then I learned how to turn it into like songs and music. But for me, I have to be inspired by the beat first. So I'll find a beat, whether a producer sends it to me, I find something on YouTube and someone like flips it. And then I'll create a melody. So lyrics don't come to me first, melody does. And I believe melody is king. Like, if you have a fire melody, I think we was just talking about it.
That's
like,
facts.
Yeah, if you have a fire melody, like, you already have a hit. So just brainstorming melodies and then putting a story together. And I know sometimes people try to have the story before they write, but the story for me becomes clear once I'm writing.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, so, like, once it's written, I'll do maybe 3 or 4 revisions because I'm real picky, especially now, like, really being a songwriter, making sure everything makes sense, making sure a hook sounds like a hook. Yeah. and then I'll just go in with my engineer. I don't like having people in the studio though with me recording. It's usually just me and my engineer, and he also vocal produces me. So it's like a package deal. And yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the difference between vocal production and engineering is. I have no idea.
So engineering is just like engineering the record overall, like making it sound good, the mixing, the mastering. Vocal production is like the harmonies, you should do this here on the background.
Got you. I understand.
It feels the record in.
Understood. Yeah. Do you write like in the studio? Or you like come to the studio ready?
I wish I wrote in the studio. I really, really did. But no, I write better in my room.
Listen, you're saving studio time.
You're right, but sometimes I'll have sessions, like in studio sessions with people. And sometimes it's hard for me to write because I'm not used to that. And it feels like pressure. Like when you're in the studio, it's like, okay, like write a song.
Gotcha.
Rather, if you're in your room, you're just like, all right, I'm just chilling.
How long does it take you to write a song, like on average?
For myself or for other people?
For you, and then for other people.
It depends. Because sometimes if the whole melody comes to me for the whole record, that could be like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Other times it could be a week. For other people, depending on when they need it, I could do it in a day.
Gotcha.
Or like 2 hours.
You can pump it out, no problem.
Yeah.
What's the difference between writing for yourself versus writing for someone else?
When I write for myself, it feels more therapeutic.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first started, it was more of like a diary entry, and it's still like that for myself as well. Even if I am talking about like love or heartbreak or stuff that I'm going through, it's an outlet. So for me, it's easier to express myself. When it comes to other people, they'll usually give me a prompt. Like, okay, this is what I want. This is how I want it to sound. Mm-hmm. This is how people say I sound. Try to make a record like that.
Gotcha.
So it feels more like an English assignment. That makes sense, rather than just like writing for myself.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Do you ever like be lying in your songs?
Oh yeah.
For real. Okay. That's
yeah. Let me say that because sometimes people take everything I say so literally, and it's like, but I'm also a songwriter as well. Like, yeah, I'm an artist, but like I gotta make the record sound fire.
Right. Like I've always felt like, you know, because I'm into rap, right, and everybody wants rappers to like live their raps, and it's like, bruh, it's art.
Yes.
Like, you don't expect a movie, like, writer to have lived what they're writing a movie about.
Yes.
So
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good. But people take... Oh, we got to talk about that. Because people take things personally. Because even in the industry, I think Sierra, she dropped a record... where it was like, this is for the girls with the money, this is for the girls that don't need no man, and you know she's married, and people took it so literally, and like they was like, oh, you're married, da 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 da, and it's like, it's a song.
It's a song, chill out, like.
But people take it personal, and I'm just like,
yeah.
So y'all be lying for sure.
Nah. See, I feel that because I be writing from time to time. I got bars, nobody knows, it's all good.
Okay, come on, spit some.
Nah, for what?
Right.
For what? They don't. It's not about my artistry right now.
Okay, sorry.
But I used to. When I first started writing raps, like I used to listen to like mad, like not all gangster rap, but like I used to listen to a lot of gangster rap. So when I first started writing raps, like it was a whole lot of like keys and birds, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about no fucking moving, no drugs. So then I was like, all right, let me stop doing that and start like writing about stuff that's like real pertinent to me. Yeah. And then after a while, I was like, let me go back to like just doing some like pen exercise.
Yeah.
Where it's like I wrote something where it's like they say a cat got 9 lives. I clap a pussy nigga. I ain't talking high fives. 45 is the caliber of my rhymes. If 15 seconds is up and you can't buy time. Have I ever shot anybody?
My fault.
Have I ever shot anybody? No. But cat got 9 lives. Clap a pussy nigga. I ain't talking high fives. 45 9 times 5. It was just some wordplay.
But you're also really good at freestyling. I wish I could freestyle. Like. What? I wish. I need to practice.
You just gotta practice. Realistically, I learned how to freestyle because that's what used to happen when I was in school. I had a couple raps in the tank. I feel like every black man got at least a 16.
Yeah.
At least a 16.
At least.
So I had a couple raps in the tank or whatever, and people were like, "Oh, you rap? Like, let me get a freestyle." I was like, I can't help you. So during the pandemic, like every shower, I would like throw a beat on. And it's like I would write like verses to beats, but it's like most of the time, sometimes I take up the whole beat, but sometimes I wouldn't. So I just play like my instrumental playlist, and then I'll rap my verse, and then when the rest of the beat, I just freestyle over the rest of the beat. And at first it's like I get like maybe 2 bars off that rhyme, 4 bars off, and then it turned to 8, and it's like, hold on, I'm carrying this whole beat. Like, all right, let's go. So I just had to practice. I was shit for a while, and I still don't like to do it, but I will. You put on some shit that's hot, I'll be like, hold on.
I think that's a good exercise though, like being able to practice in the shower.
I agree.
I never thought about it like that. I'm always like, oh, you want me to freestyle? I don't know how to do that without practice. But being able to do it in the shower, because I feel like also too the shower turns you into a whole different person. Like,
Type shit.
In the shower, I'm Beyonce.
You know what I'm saying? Them acoustics is different and shit.
I'm
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I'm saying, I literally would just get in the shower and I'd be in there for like 15 minutes. I'd be like, hold on. I put together like a calm 16 and it made sense. Because it's like, you know, you could freestyle. There's a lot of people who freestyle and they just kind of repeat words that they be doing. It's like, for me, it don't count unless you're actually saying something that makes sense.
No, that's
so,
true.
you know, like I said, it just takes some practice. So, you know what I'm saying? Get in the shower and practice.
All right. I'm gonna do that tonight.
Throw on some instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? You can practice them. You can practice your raps. You can practice your raps. The next time you go to the studio, you be like, all right, cool. I got like a hook. And I got one verse I'm gonna sing. I got one verse I'm gonna rap.
But you know, I love rapping though.
For real?
I love it. Oh, have you heard of the rap game?
Yeah.
Like where Lotto was on it and stuff, Jermaine Dupri. So when I first started rapping, I actually auditioned.
For real?
Yeah, they didn't accept me, unfortunately, which is fine. But yeah, that's how
crazy.
much I loved it.
That's crazy. That's so wild. So who were your like favorite artists growing up? Give me like an evolution of your favorite artist from the time you first remember, like, all right, I'm sorting out my own like artist. Because there was a while when I was listening to music, it was like I was listening to my mom and my dad's stuff, and then eventually I started kind of creating my own like musical taste. Yeah. So take me through the evolution of your favorite artist.
I don't think there's much because it's always been Beyonce.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie. Like from a really
real.
young age, it's always been Beyonce. Now that I love R&B so much, LMA is like one of my favorite R&B artists. You love LMA? That's your wife?
I love LMA. I done had a crush on LMA since like 2016. I saw her in concert last year.
Oh yeah, I went.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love LMA. Yeah. Like I know all the words to like all her songs.
I love that.
Fire.
Yeah, so I would say her, Victoria Monet.
She nice. She very nice. Super nice.
I ain't got words because she's so fire. And the way she dances and just her whole just energy and demeanor, like, I love that.
It's crazy that she just won Best New Artist, though, because I've been heard of her, like, for 10 years.
Let's talk about, okay, I'm getting distracted.
No, go ahead, get into it.
But she started as a songwriter.
Right.
And so a lot of people do that. Like, they start as a songwriter because you have value to bring to any artist. Right. And then you just build your own career. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because sometimes it's hard for people to separate you. It's like, oh, aren't you a songwriter? But it's like, no, I'm also a dope artist as well. So I'm glad that she's getting the recognition that she is getting now, because I love her.
It's a lot of songwriters. Like, wasn't Money Long a songwriter? But even some of the top acts, I was watching Neo's Tiny Desk. Mm-hmm. It's like, I didn't know he wrote Let Me Love You. I didn't know that. Oh. He wrote a couple hits, right? So it's a lot of the prominent R&B artists are also songwriters. Mm-hmm. So you like Beyonce, LMA, Victoria Monet.
I'm trying to think, like, growing up. My mom used to always play, like, Keisha Cole.
If he ain't gonna treat you,
like, yes, yeah. Like, whenever she was cleaning the house on Sundays.
Like, damn, that's hot. Oh,
like, what? She had some hits. So, yeah, I would say Keisha Cole when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you listen to any rappers? Or you just...
I'm really like an R&B girl.
So how you get into rap if you didn't listen to rap?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. Let me think. Hold on.
Because I never understood. I know people who, like, they play a sport. They be like, oh, I play soccer. I'm like, oh, so who's your favorite team to watch? Oh, I don't watch it. How the hell that work?
I got you. Okay, so my brother-in-law, he's my manager. Yeah. He's a Christian hip-hop manager.
Got you.
So when I was 15, I would always be in the studio with him and his artists, and they're all rappers.
Got you.
So I think I got that inspiration from there. Because I wasn't around singers at all.
That makes sense.
But they was always, like, spitting, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, so let me do it. So that's exactly how it came about. Gotcha. Because I was like, dang, you right. But no, there's a reason.
Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense. Mm-hmm. So let's get into some of your works that I had just pulled up, and then I put it away. Okay, so let's talk about the project, right? First of all, why is the last thing that you have out from January 27, 2023? It is, as of recording, May 18th, 2024.
Oh, I got an answer.
What's going on?
For me, I'm big on having consistent content, not just releasing music. So I actually just finished recording a bunch of records, and I can release it.
And then, but you shoot the content first.
Yeah.
Smart.
If I was just working on like one single, I probably would have already dropped something.
Gotcha.
But it's multiple
Project
singles.
time?
No, it's not. But it's more so just like when I do drop a single, I want to be prepared to drop the next one rather than like waiting.
Yeah, you gotta line it up. And
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All right. So let's get to the project, Traumatized Lover from 2021.
Wow.
Track list. Number 1, Show Me Love. Number 2, Pride. Number 3, Trauma. Number 4, Mind Games. Number 5, It Is What It Was. 6, Me Over You. 7, Crazy.
Yep.
Talk to me about this project.
I have not talked about this project in so long. I'm trying to think. So Traumatized Lover is basically a project where I'm talking about how, you know, the things that you go through in life, the trauma that you experience at home or even just relationships can affect the way you show up for your partner. And I think I was at a point where I was coming to that realization. And I also struggle with the idea of like understanding that I'm not perfect and giving myself grace. So Traumatized Lover was just me acknowledging my faults, acknowledging the other person's faults, but also being like, I can still love.
Right.
And you can still treat me well all because I have trauma and stuff like that. So it was coming from that place.
Do you ever listen to like your old stuff and be like, "Oh, this hard"? Be like,
Not really. Like Traumatized Lover is actually on my phone, so sometimes when I'm in the car, it plays. Yeah. There's certain songs that I love, and then there's certain songs I'm just like, "Girl, why'd you release that?" But yeah, it really depends. Like I know Me Over You is on that, and I love Me Over You till this day. Like I love performing it, and I actually want to release it as well eventually. I don't know when.
Okay.
But yeah.
So as far as like all your music goes, like you don't really listen to it anymore. Like, well, yeah, tell me about that.
That's out.
Yeah, because it's like you done recorded it, you done heard it 18,000 times by the time it come out. It's like, do you even want to listen to it anymore?
It depends. Like if it's a new release, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Like Bout Me, when it dropped, I listen to that like every day. Like I love that song. But the music that's on there now, like the project and stuff, I don't really listen to it. Like. And then also my voice changes over time, and I'm just like, I don't like the way I sound. Why did I write that? And now that I'm more like critical about how I write, sometimes listening back to records, I'm just like, girl, you shouldn't have said that, or that don't make no sense. But it came from the heart, so I got to acknowledge that. But for the most part, no, I just like let it go.
It's gone.
No, and then it gives you a headache over time when you're constantly listening. I'm just like, okay, I get it.
No, that makes sense because I don't rewatch none of my episodes.
Yeah.
Like, by the time I'm done editing, I was like, yo, I don't want to
saying.
hear this no more. I'm so good on this.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And especially if you're working on a record for like weeks and then it's time to release it, it's like, baby, that's it.
It's over.
I'm done. Y'all enjoy it, but not me.
No, that's fair.
So, yeah.
As far as choosing what comes out, like you go in, you lay your tracks, you do whatever, right? How you choose what comes out? How do you put together a project, right? How you decide what's a single? How do you decide what's going on a project? Like, how does that?
For how I decide what's a single, it depends. Like, I make boppy music. So if it's a bop, like very hype energy, then I'm like, okay, that's a single. If it's more of like storytelling, more mellow, then I'll put it on a project. But also it depends on how I'm feeling when it comes to what I'm about to release. So if I'm in a, I don't know, sad, heartbreak place, then I'm not gonna drop like something upbeat, if that makes sense. Like I try to express my emotions and release it at the same time. So whatever I'm feeling in the moment, I'll drop it like that.
Gotcha. That makes sense. What has been, I guess, a moment in your music career that you're super like proud of, and when you think about it, like you be like, that's a fond memory?
Oh my gosh, I don't reflect enough.
Crazy.
In my whole music career.
Whole thing.
And I'm really proud of multiple things, but I would say the national anthem. When I sang the national anthem for the Celtics, just because there were so many people, and the old version of me would have been like, no, I'm not doing that. Like I would have let fear stop me. But I'm able to really just tap into a whole different person when it's time to perform. So I would say that. And the fact that I did it 3 times, I'm just like, oh, I really did that.
Wait, you performed 3 separate occasions?
I sang the national anthem 3, yeah.
So like
the Celtics
3 games?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
How you get booked for that? They just like reach out to you? You got a manager, right?
No. I know I have a manager, but actually my friend was like, oh, they're looking for people. So, like, send in a video.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay, I'll send in a video, but they're not going to see it. Like, it's the Celtics. Why would they pick me? And then they emailed me back. And I was like, oh.
Shoot y'all shot.
Do it.
That's
Do
what
it.
that means.
Be delusional and send that email because they'll respond.
You can't make a shot that you don't shoot.
No, literally. Because I really thought it was too much. It was too big of a dream, if that makes sense. Because I always thought about, singing the national anthem for a game. But then when it happens, it's like, oh, I did that. Mm-hmm. So I would say that.
How did you prep for that? Did you go watch
It wasn't
Whitney's
much. You said what?
You go watch Whitney's performances.
Hold on. No, I watched Beyonce's. I watched Beyonce's national anthem. I watched Chloe's national anthem. And I try to, like, envision all the people around me.
Was that the biggest crowd you performed in front of?
Yes.
How many people even fit in that stage? I don't even know.
I don't know. A lot of people.
That's a lot of people, though.
A lot of people.
And you know the white people love that national anthem.
Oh, they do.
You better not mess it up.
Literally, after, everyone was like, oh, my gosh, you did so great. I was like, oh, thank you. Wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. What'd you ask me?
I don't remember. I think I asked you how you prepared for it.
Oh, okay. So I study other national anthems, but also I literally try to, like, envision myself there already so that I'm not as nervous. Yeah. But really, I just was practicing in the shower, practicing in my room, and that was it. I wish I had, like, actual rehearsals for it, but I didn't.
Did you get, like, a dry room beforehand, like, at least on a court or whatever you going to be? Or they were just like, yo, go sing in front of all these people? Like,
the first time, no. Like, let me tell you, the first time when I had sound check, they was like, okay, come to the court. Mind you, people are still practicing. Yeah. So I'm like, you want me to sing right here? And people are, like, dribbling. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And so, like, I'm just rehearsing the whole thing. But I had to learn how to really focus and hear my voice because at the same time, there's so much stuff happening. Yeah. But I'm thankful because it really teaches you, like, the music industry, like, it's fast. But, yeah, they didn't prepare me at all. It was, girl, get on that court and sing.
Hey.
So, yeah.
You did. Listen, shout out to you because I don't think I've ever been in front of that many people doing anything. Mm-hmm. Now, I like attention. Yeah. I don't know if I like attention, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could do it. I'm not even gonna cap, but, like, I don't know.
I don't like attention.
Really?
I don't.
Why would you decide to be a performing artist if you don't like attention?
I like that question because everyone asks me that. I don't like attention and I have social anxiety.
You sound like Summer Walker.
No, stop. Because when she first said that, I didn't understand her, and then I, like, started experiencing it. Yeah. But it's scary. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea of being perceived. I know. I'm serious, though. But, like, it's a real thing. It's scary.
Is it?
Yes. But also, when you have anxiety, though, it amplifies your experience. So I would say that's why.
So you don't like being perceived, and then you go and make music about the things you feel. Yep. How does that add up?
It don't. But I don't think it has to. I
guess not, because artists are crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But I think if I allowed my anxiety to stop me, I wouldn't be who I am. Fair. And a lot of the things that I'm able to do is because God gave me the ability to do it. Mm-hmm. I don't have the strength to do it by myself because I do, like, deal with certain things, and I am a shy person and nervous. But sometimes you just have to, like, tap into your purpose. Let your purpose, like, drive you rather than, like, who you are, if that makes sense.
That's so interesting because I've always felt like I gravitate towards stuff that I'm, like, comfortable and good at, right? Like, I like attention. Right? Yeah. So I'm the type of person where it's like I could be in front of 100 people and just start yapping. Okay. And just captivate people's attention just because that's what I like. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, for me, like that doesn't compute. I'm like, why the hell would you do something that you
still don't? Like even when I just
like it makes sense, but it's just one of them things. I'm like, that's just interesting because everybody's different, right? Uh-huh. So it's just a different approach. For sure. Because again, for me, if I'm not good at something or if I'm not, it don't come. I'm like, Now, there's not a lot of stuff that I'm not good at, but
I don't know. I just think my goals and what I want and what I see for myself outweighs how I might feel about it, if that makes sense. Like, I have a passion to sing. I have a passion to perform. Although I might be nervous, the passion outweighs that. Very fair. I still feel it, though, but I'm like, I love doing this.
How you quiet the nerves?
In the moment or like
in the moment. It's like before you can tell yourself whatever, but once you get up there, you're like, oh goodness.
I I tap into a different person. It's like an alter ego. I don't have a name for her.
I've heard that a lot.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Because when I get on stage, I really just feel like I'm a whole different person. I'm still me. It's just a different version of me. So I can't really show up as, Tamera, everyone knows. Because I'm a shy person for real.
Yeah.
And I like to stay to myself. I have to be Tamera King, the artist. So just being able to tap into that.
Did you is that alter ego, is that something you consciously developed, or is it just something that when you get in that space it comes out?
I think I developed it because I knew that I needed it. Just because of how I knew who I was as a person, I was like, okay, I need something to make me feel like I can do this. So just over time, just realizing this is what I need, this is how I need to push myself, you just develop it over time. But I don't know, it's weird. Because sometimes I'm like, did I really do that? And it's like, yeah.
It's the zone, right? It's the same thing athletes talk about. Like when you're kind of in that zone, you're almost a different person. I always reference I grew up watching and studying Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has all the black mamba. It's an alter ego. You're in a different kind of killer zone. So I do think that when you're doing something that's that's your thing, you can get into a space where it's you're just laser focused, and it almost feels like you're in this it's like the Avatar state type shit where it's it's you, but it's not you. So I understand that.
Okay.
Who do you have people you're learning from actively, or you learn from, whether it be artistry, the actual vocalization, or the business of the industry?
The business, my brother for sure.
Uh-huh.
And thankfully I did go to school for music business, so that was also a huge foundation. When it comes to artistry, a lot of my friends are creatives, and it's not I'm a SoundCloud rapper, they actually do this.
Yeah.
So them as well, and just being around them, seeing how they write, seeing how they perform, and just supporting them. So I would say my peers definitely, and then also my brother. He's helped me when it comes to music business since I was 15. And whatever question I have, whatever I need answered, he literally has it.
So since you do this for real, how does one do music for real? What does it take to really be a artist for real, for real?
That's such a loaded question.
Come on, we gotta get into the real shit.
I think you have to find purpose in it. A lot of times people want to do it as a hobby, and I feel like you need more than that, because hobbies can die, but purpose doesn't. And so I feel like once God told me that I have the ability to heal people and just make people feel good, I can do that through music, I can do that through talking, but there's a purpose connected to it. So I would say find purpose in it, learn what type of music you want to create, and let it be authentic to yourself. Don't try to copy somebody, I want to be the next Beyonce. That's cool as an inspiration, but you also have to be yourself. Just so
also are probably not like that.
Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But no shade, no tea. So know your purpose. Figure out who you want to be as an artist. Come up with a brand. What do you want your brand to be? When people see you, what do you want them to see? What do you want people to feel? What do you want people to have impact on? So knowing that, your identity. And I would say be financially disciplined, because making music isn't cheap.
At all.
Okay? And you're going to need money to mix, for the music video, for everything. And especially being an independent artist, you do that all yourself. So sometimes I run into situations where I'm like, dang, I got to pay for how much out of pocket, but it's a sacrifice. But you have to believe in yourself to the point where you're just delusional and you know that it's going to work out. So being financially disciplined, I don't think people talk about that enough, because if you ain't got no money, you can still do it, but it's gonna be hard. It's just like that with anything, but just having discipline all around will definitely help you.
Get a little more specific. How do I monetize? How do I get songs on streaming?
Yeah. So when it comes to distribution, I use DistroKid. So basically, I think is it free, or it's $50 a year or something. But basically, anyone can upload music. So once you make an account, you have your songs, you upload it. I use ASCAP as well when it comes to music publishing, getting your rights as a songwriter, royalties and stuff. Just because DistroKid, it just distributes your music, but you don't, collect income from that. So also making an ASCAP account so you're getting all of your money, because there's so much money into it, although you might not get a huge return, because the music industry is 0 out of 10 when it comes to paying people. Okay, let's talk about it. But yeah, so ASCAP, DistroKid, what else? Yeah, that's what you really need to like release the music and making sure you have your money. And also educate yourself on music publishing and your rights as a songwriter. Okay? Yeah.
They don't listen. It's a lot of people that done got
Yeah.
finessed out they publishing.
Yeah.
Don't
Make
let that
sure,
be you.
yep. Mhm.
Don't let that be you.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me a lesson. Give me something that you learned, right? That you at the time you were just like, dang, I wish I knew. I wish I would have known that.
Ah. Ooh. I don't know how to like word this, but like, so towards the ending of my college career, I was in the studio a lot writing for people. And I would say the biggest lesson I learned there is, unfortunately, especially as a woman and being a songwriter, you really, really have to speak up for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that might sound like a small lesson, but like I said, I'm a shy person. So sometimes it was hard for me to speak up for myself. Like, oh, actually, I don't like that. Or, oh, I want you to change that lyric. But also, to the people in the room, they like that. Like being able to be dominant because it is a male dominated industry. So I would say the lesson there was just like speak up, especially if it's something that you wrote, you own that. No one can literally take that away from you. And if they do, sue them.
It's IP, baby.
Okay, so know that like whatever you create, no one can take that from you, and make sure you document everything, everything, and sign. Do your split sheets. You know what that is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so basically,
It's like who get what
yeah,
off the. Yeah.
make sure you sign y'all split sheets because the music industry is crazy.
They
Yeah.
will finesse you.
Oh, they will, and they'll be like, you didn't do that. I'll be like, yes, I did. I actually came up with this whole concept.
That's.
So yeah, speak up for yourself, and make sure you have all the correct paperwork because people will try to finesse you. Yeah. But thankfully, I haven't really been finessed. Everyone in my life, musically, they're like family.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. But I have heard of people that did get finessed, and I'm just like, dang.
Do you feel like being independent is helping you not get finessed? Or do you feel like it don't matter either way? You just gotta be on your P's and Q's.
Oh, maybe in the beginning, just because I wasn't really educated. But now, not really, just because I have more experience. But in the beginning, it definitely helped, especially because I was so young starting.
Mm-hmm.
So if I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning, I'm going to just do everything, especially if I don't know who I am as a person. But now that I do, I'm just like, okay, no, I got it unlocked. So yeah, it just depends on like where I'm at in life.
Fair.
Where I was at.
Looking forward,
Mm-hmm.
what are some things you want to accomplish, whether it be near future or far future?
So much. I want to go on tour as an opener for LMA.
I'm sorry.
Okay, period. No, have your moment. Have your moment.
I just love LMA, and it's
Okay.
like Jason Tatum. If you fumble, just know.
They're still together?
I allegedly, they got a baby on the way. I don't know.
What?
I don't know where I heard it
Don't
from.
say that.
This is alleged. This is all alleged. Okay? I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing about these celebrities' lives.
LMA pregnant? I can't.
Like I said, I don't know nothing for real, but that's just what I heard. I personally, if I was Jason Tatum, I wouldn't be letting that go. But that's just
He said, I want to be letting that go.
But he's also Jason Tatum. So like,
you would marry her if you was him.
Well, I'm in the NBA, so I don't know about that.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I got about 350 coming. I got about 350 coming on the way. I don't know about marriage. I ain't gonna hold marriage. I got 350.
Okay.
350 M's. You talking about marriage? I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
No, that's okay.
But you know, good baby mama. You know that's what all of them do.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Okay. What was the question?
I don't remember.
Damn.
Oh, you was talking about that's right. We're gonna bring it all the way back.
Future.
Yes.
Okay.
He was touring with LMA, and then I went on my little sidebar about my baby.
All right. Going on tour with LMA. Getting signed. What else? Moving to LA. Also like my podcast, This Girl to That Girl. I want to do more panels. I did my first panel, I think a month and a half ago or something. So just being able to like bring that around the world. What else? Having my own songwriting company, music publishing, signing artists, developing songwriters as well. What else do I want to do? I want to win an award. I don't know what that award would be. Everyone says a Grammy, but that don't really matter to me. I just want to be acknowledged and it be like real acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Like just so I could sit there and be like, oh wow, I did that, and like the proof is there.
Mm-hmm.
So just getting to that point where I'm just being recognized.
You be thinking about the speech in your head?
I do, and sometimes I practice it.
That's
like
real.
when I'm alone.
As you should.
I do, and like it's actually a little crazy though, because sometimes I'll be like, okay, start crying.
The crying on cue is crazy. Crazy. But you know what? I respect it.
Okay. I want to win a couple awards for sure. Just best new artist would be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would be fire. Especially because the music that I have right now that isn't released, I feel like it has the ability to change my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm just taking my time with it.
I heard some stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, but I heard some stuff about it. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Streets is talking. Streets is talking.
Period. But no, it's really fire. And I'm usually not the type to say that about my own music, but I really, I'm just really humble. And like, I just let it speak for itself. I am. I just let
whatever. You know, I'm team pop. Yo, shit.
You are. But no, I just let my music speak for itself. But just like listening to the records that are unreleased, I'm like, wow, like this could really, like, I'm serious. And I know people say this, but I'm dead serious.
Nah, as you should be. I hear it. I believe you. Like I said, I don't heard some people vouch for it.
Like it could really, it will change my life.
That's right.
It will. And I really feel like that's going to give me the like ability to be signed, to go on tour, and just to have the money to do the things that I need to do. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I see it.
She sees it.
Which is helpful.
If you see it, you can achieve it.
Oh, for sure.
It is.
That can happen easily in a year.
A lot can change in 1 year.
Maybe less than a year.
Oh, talk about it.
I'm so serious.
Get to it. No, I'm so serious. I hear it.
But also too, I think we was talking about Victoria Monet. Like she definitely inspired me. Just seeing how like long she's worked.
Slow grind.
Yeah, but like her brand is amazing. And I feel like before you go to a label and be like, okay, sign me, you need to know your brand. You need to know who you are, what you're going to allow, your boundaries, because the music industry, it could turn you to a whole different person if you don't know who you are. And I'm not going to compromise anything if I don't want to do it. I'm not going to sign. Like, people will sign easy if it's money. And like, I get it. It sounds good. But I'm not going to do something I don't want to do.
Also, why are you selling your soul for a loan? That ain't your money.
But people don't know that. People think it is their money. People don't know they actually have to pay it back and then some so you can actually make money. People, like, buy a car right away.
Listen, I've seen it all. I've been paying attention to music probably since, like, 2007. Right? Like, since I was young. And, you know, you would see rappers go get signed immediately. $500,000 chain.
Yeah.
You don't have the money for that. You don't have. You got a $1 million advance. How are you paying for your studio time, bro?
First of all, half is like taxes.
Half is your taxes. You got an agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all that money is crazy. So, you know, one of the things that I have paid attention to, just because I'm interested in music, right? Is that stuff, right? The stuff that people aren't talking about. Well, I mean, it gets talked about more, but it's not as obvious. And I think that's where, if you were trying to give someone, I guess, point them in the right direction on how they can get educated about that stuff, where would you send them?
Oh, I think reading is important. There's a book called All About the Music Business. I forget who wrote it.
You Google it.
Yeah, or there's a music publishing book as well, like being able to read it. And you don't have to read it front to back because that intimidated me because it's a thick book. But there's certain just topics in there, whether it is like your rights as a songwriter, performing rights, whatever, stuff like that. So I would say reading, education. And I know a lot of people aren't able to go to college, which is fine, but you could buy a book. You could buy a book. Or you can go on YouTube. YouTube has everything.
YouTube University.
YouTube. Like, really educate yourself because... it ain't fun.
Yo, listen, the music industry is a crazy place.
It is.
Like, you can hear all the stories that get wild. People get finessed. People get fucked over. Like, it's a lot of crazy shit that happens. So, you know, educate yourself. All right, we're back. We had a little situation. My camera that I fully charged decided to shut off. And it's all good.
It's okay.
It's all good. No worries. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust when life throws things at you. Life throws curveballs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just adjust. You know, make contact. Sure. Do what you gotta do. Get on base. Anyway, it's about time to wrap. But before we do that, I want to talk about your podcast. Since we're on a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me about your podcast, when you started. You know what I'm saying?
When did I start? I started last year. Maybe like the ending of last year. I forget what month. This girl to that girl. Basically, like my brand is very much like that girl aesthetic in the sense of just like having the confidence, but also being able to give other people confidence. And I tried to figure out how I could bridge the gap between my music and myself, so who I am as a person. And I also feel like I have a gift to talk to people and empower people, so I just wanted to like bring those two worlds together. So this girl to that girl is kind of like, this girl is like the person I was in the past, and then that girl is the person I am now. You like that?
I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so like in the first clip, I'm like, oh, welcome to my podcast, This Girl to That Girl. So this girl, like, an image of when I was, like, I don't know, 8 shows up, and then another image of, like, who I am now shows up. But, yeah, I just talk about my journey, like, ups and downs, things I struggle with, being able to just give people advice, specifically women. And a lot of men can benefit from it as well, but I definitely feel like my target audience is women, Black women specifically. And the age range is from, like, middle school to like 50 years old. But it's like true. I feel like in real life, people really feel like they could resonate with me, whether you are young or older. Not old, sorry, y'all. Or older. Everyone's just like, oh, wow, like I could resonate with what you said or how you make me feel. You make me feel confident. So I just wanted to really embody that and make it a part of my brand. That's important.
That's fire.
Yeah, like I don't want to just make music just to make it. Like I want to make impact and make people feel like they could literally do anything.
I love that. Shout out to people using all the various platforms that are available to them. Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. Obviously, you know, I support podcasts. That would be weird if I didn't. Be weird.
That'd be weird.
I also don't listen to podcasts though, so like I mean I don't know.
Really?
Nah. I mean like I watch I watch them. I watch like clips on YouTube, but it's mostly like basketball podcasts. Like I'm a real basketball nerd. Okay. But you know, like I tune in. I'll tune in. Yeah. So this girl to that girl. Now that's actually heat. That's
Thank
a
you.
heater. That's
Who helped me come up with that? I think my brother, which is my manager, because in my bio it goes, what does it say? Reminder, you're that girl. So anyone that sees my page, like it's not just about me, it's also about you. Like I could care less about me. It's about like how I can make you feel.
Empowerment for the girlies. Come on.
Okay,
now.
like I'm all here for the girlies.
Me too.
I'm sorry.
I love Black women. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, like this girl to that girl. But I also want it to grow. So like bigger than a podcast. I don't know what that's gonna look like specifically. It could be a conference. It could be, I don't know. It's whatever like God gives me the vision for, and hopefully I'm able to execute it fully.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
That's dope. Final thoughts, final message, whatever you want to get off your chest before we close it out.
Final message. I would say to anyone watching, don't let fear stop you and really be delusional about everything that you want in life. Because I understand that sometimes the way we grow up, it can make us feel like we can't get to a certain point. But you just have to be really delusional mentally and be like, you know what, this is the person I want to be, and just find ways, take baby steps. Because me, I'm big on like, oh, I want to get there now. You might not get there now. You might get there in 10 years.
Probably won't get there now, honestly. Huh? You probably won't get there now, honestly.
Yeah, like, sometimes it happens. But for the most part, yeah, like, it's going to definitely take time. But also give yourself grace and be patient with yourself. But also understand you can literally do anything you put your mind to. And don't stop yourself, because many times we stop ourselves because we're scared or we believe something that someone told us that we couldn't do. And it's just like, brush it off. It's easier said than done, but start now.
That's a word.
Yeah.
Where can people connect with you?
Instagram is Tamera King, TAMERAKING _. Music, Tamera King, everywhere. Yeah, I don't got a Twitter. A TikTok, Tamera King. So, yeah.
Word. Make sure y'all go tap in with Tamera. Y'all know where to find me at _TrevorWoods on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. The podcast is at the Global Renaissance Pod on Instagram and TikTok. I don't got no music out, so I mean,
Not yet.
not yet. One of these days. I've been saying this project coming soon for like 5 years, so we'll see.
Keep saying it.
I'm gonna keep saying it.
Okay.
I got something in the tank though. I promise you I'm nice. But anyway,
Okay.
Appreciate you for coming through.
Of course, thank you for having me.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And I'll catch you on the next episode.